should be your meditation as well. As the Buddha said, before I was enlightened, while I was still unenlightened bodhisattva, I decided, what if I were to think only wholesome thoughts and not think unwholesome thoughts? So, if you're a putajjana, not even near the right view, far from arahantship, that is the only thing you should be doing, trying to understand the Dhamma. Any meditation you do, concentration, relaxation practice, has nothing to do with the Dhamma, because you have no Dhamma. And that's, again, without the right view, there is no meditation. So how can you meditate if you don't know what meditation is? And that's what in other talks we covered it about meditation and sensuality. I forgot the title. Like, that's why the only reason you want these meditation technique, they make you feel alright and peaceful and so on, is because you want pleasure. You want agreeable experience. That's all. Yeah. But which means you're choosing to not do the work of getting the right view. So that's how you practically go about it. Yeah, if sometimes thinking gets like, it's just too much, so to speak, yeah, okay, relax a bit. But don't start valuing that relaxation from work, because you haven't done the necessary work.
There's also things you can do, like if you read a sutta and says, understand the body. So, question, what is the body?
Yeah.
Answer for.
Well, all of that will become more apparent once I'm talking about the absolute beginner who comes to it, what do I do? Once you start reading the suttas, you start getting a sense, and then you can have your own interrogations of the things that matter. You don't need to constantly be kind of reinvigorated with the suttas.
Yeah.
Like, body, feeling, have a feeling. What is the feeling? Feeling. When I say feeling to myself or to somebody else, what am I referring to? I mean, we've done those interrogations.
But say someone might read the sutta about feeling this, body, that, and read the sutta, and then just stay at that level of very nice. Yeah, inspiration. But that other level of there needs to be effort made, which is painful. That's the work.
That's the work.
What does this mean?
Yeah.
What is the meaning here?
That's very unpleasant, especially if you're not trained in doing it. And most people are not trained in doing it.
I'd rather just read the sutta nicely.
Get a nice feeling from it.
Four Noble Truths.
Same with all these talks and stuff. Same. I mean, we try to make our talks as kind of engaging as possible, but I'm sure many people will just be inspired by it, and inspired by the energy we put out, or whatever, I don't know, and not actually
or the style
or the way we speak, I don't know. But be that as it may, you need to understand what's being said. If you're just running off on an inspiration, you're not doing the work, and it's even worse because you think you're doing the work. Like, before, at least you knew you were not doing the work, and you're not doing the work. But now you think you're doing the work simply by being inspired, by not making effort to understand, while you're not doing the work. So now it's going to be twice as hard to snap out of that, because for the pretext of doing work, you feel great, inspired. Dhamma is so easy, or so inspiring. But so are you free from suffering on account of it? So there's no understanding taking place. So what are you inspired about?
I'm inspired that it gives me a nice feeling.
Gives me a nice feeling, yeah.
I'm inspired with pleasure.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So that it's inevitable to experience that when you either read the suttas or listen to the Dhamma talk by somebody. You're either going to approve or disapprove on that level of your feeling. But if that's as far as you go,
your criteria.
If that's your sole criteria, you are missing out either way. And same, by the way, when people disapprove what's being said, not because of what's being said, it's just how it's being said. That's why you clearly then not making effort to understand.
Someone might listen to this. Why is this wrong? Why do I think it's wrong?
Exactly.
Why is it right?
Yeah.
Why can I
explain this Sajjan is right. Why?
Because he's cool.
Yeah. Why? But why? Why is that right? Or I don't like this. This is wrong. Okay. Why? You need to know why.
And that's the important
that's the work.
Part, yeah.
That's the part.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was, I would take up random books from the library, philosophy books and so on, of clearly things that would be regarded as wrong views. But I would read it to understand why it's wrong. Not just to get off on the righteousness that this is wrong, this is ridiculously wrong. Yeah, but I need to see why it is wrong. Not just, oh, it's wrong because I took it because somebody else that I believe in said so.
It's not Buddhist or something.
Yeah, well, it was like reading in the Veda, and then he would mention all these other philosophers, and they were wrong and so, but he wouldn't dwell on it. So I found some of those books, and I was like, okay, so I need to see why this is wrong. Why? I need to see for myself. I can't just accept that this is wrong. And then consequently, things that you regard as right, you start putting in question, and that's the unpleasant bit. Oh, things that I thought are, I understood. Yeah, but why? How is this right? Why is this right? Is it right because it's absolutely contradiction-free? Maybe. Well, maybe. There you go. So you're doubting it. You're not sure. So how do you know it's right? Yet here you are acting as if you know it's right. That's the practice. It's not coming. It's only partially coming across the right instruction. Yeah, sure. Suttas, talks. But if you never actually start digging things up on that level, internally, making that effort, all of this is meaningless. That's the Yonisamanasikara part. Going back to that origin of your views with which you are listening to this teaching, in order to then start doing it rightly.
What is your perspective consist
Perspective,
of?
yeah.
What does it consist of?
Yeah.
What is it based on?
What is based upon? Wait a minute. I have this perspective on this, but on account of what I have such a perspective? Then you realize more often not, on account of I'm finding it pleasing. The idea of it, this whatever, pleases me, that's why I assume it is right.